I'm Salad and I saw Raging Bull. It is directed by Martin Scorsese, and if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. The movie starts, we're following Jake, who is a middleweight boxing guy, and he's no good. He's no good because he's super mean to his wife throughout the entirety of the movie, and only up until about 2/3 of the movie, I don't understand why. She seems harmless, she just is staying quiet, but Jake keeps insisting that she is sleeping around and is being promiscuous. And also what's interesting is that Jake went from one woman to another woman and then slept with this woman, had some children with this woman, and got married to this woman, but this woman is no good either because she has some secrets that she isn't willing to fess up. And honestly, there's so many bugs. Honestly, with the perspective of the movie, we're only seeing the perspective of Jake and the fights. And the fights aren't like a huge spotlight in this movie. I'd say this movie is like 1/3 fights and like 2/3 the drama around the fights. A lot of times we have Jake hitting, pulling, slapping, even one time punching his wife. And I'm like, stop that. You're gonna lose her. She's just here like, oh yeah, I'll just take the abuse. Aha, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. And I'm like, why are you taking this abuse? And I don't understand why Jake is so angry, so upset. He's just angry and upset at everything. I don't think he really appreciates his life at this point. Like, he has a great life. I know he's a big old fighter and he gets injured a lot, but like, he has a lot of anger with himself. So I think this is a good profession for him. I don't think he should be hitting women. That's kind of an issue, having a woman being hit by a prized fighter. That part, the prized fighter part, is really bad. It's terrible, actually. You're paid to fight and break people's noses and such. While watching this movie, I am just yelling at the screen, Jake, what are you doing? Why are you like this? Why you gotta be like this? He keeps instigating like, hey, where you been? Where you been? Where you been? And I'm like thinking, oh, you just jealous. You can't trust your woman at all. You're gonna lose her because she says she loves you and has been loyal to you, but you suspect otherwise. Also, her face is really like frowny the entire time, so you can also suspect something is up. Finally, I understand why Jake is so angry at her throughout the entire movie. There's a part where she does blurt like, yeah, I've slept with everyone in the block. I even sucked your brother's wiener. I'm like, oh my God. This is worse than I could have possibly imagined. I guess I should have seen it coming because she's kissing just random guys on the lips, like mostly on the cheeks, but there's like some guys who's been kissing on the lips. Also the brother kissing on the lips, which is weird. I would never kiss my brother-in-law or any other person for that matter on the lips. That's just no good. That's just not good. Why? At this point, especially like towards like the last fight in which she loses his heavyweight championship, his life seems to be spiraling, it seems, because, you know, his entire life is no wife, no kids no more. They left. That sucks. I also think that's great though for Jake, because Jake didn't really seem like a family man, and if you're not a family man, I don't think you should have children. The wife has the children and Jake is just here having a nice chill time, being an actor it seems. Also, I like how the beginning of the movie we see Jake a little bit older. I didn't quite understand what was happening, but he was reciting something, and then like the end of the movie he says the same thing that he recited over and over in that green room. And then the movie ends with him in that green room. So I think this movie is just really about, you gotta appreciate life when you got it. You can't necessarily be so angry that you're pushing everyone around and causing a lot of fights, which is exactly what happened. And we have Joey Pesci. I like how Joey's name is the same as his real name. So we got Joey tasked to keep an eye on the wife and looks like he didn't do a good job. He saw her flirting with a bunch of guys. It's like, okay, gotta go. And then Joey causes a big old fight. I'm like, man, this fight is confusing at the time, but like when it comes to the end, to seeing like the wife confessing to all the dirty deeds that she did, yeah, I can see why Joey would fight for this woman, because this woman gave him a big old slobbery Reno. You know, by the way, I do some slobbering Reno vids of my own. You can go check out my link tree. Anyways, this movie was very fun to watch. It was very frustrating to watch, but it's good. Like, I enjoyed it. It made me have a little think, which I think movies are supposed to do. It's supposed to give you a little bit of think. Also, a good life lesson. I already mentioned before, you gotta appreciate your life, and that lesson is so important that I should keep repeating it. So, other than, oh my goodness, there's so many choice shots in this movie. Oh my goodness, I love the directing in this, the camera work, the camera movements, the camera composition, the choice shots. Ah, man, especially like the very beginning. There's a very beginning where we see like Jake is in the fighting ring and there's like a shot. Yeah, there's some bugs here, so I'm not gonna be out here for too long. You see a shot with him in the ring, and it's like it's so blocked out perfectly that we can put the text there, and it's like not interfering with anything in the ring. It just looks so great. So if you haven't seen this movie, I do highly recommend it. It is, wow, it is not super fun to watch. It's like 2 hours long, but it's a very important 2 hours long. So based on the character development, which there is a lot of actually, it's following Jake's life after all. I gotta give this movie like a solid 8.8 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. YouTube really likes that. You can also like, comment, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know. If you'd like to fast track a movie review, you can do that for $20 redunos at patreon.com/ASEPresents. It also helps support the channel. If you don't got any money, that's all right. Just hit that like button, subscribe button, share button. Like or dislike does the same exact thing to YouTube. It spreads it in the algorithm and helps me get bigger and bigger. So you can do that. Do all that stuff if you want to help me. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all these daily movie reviews, you can go to his link tree to find the way you can help support the daily grind of all these daily movie reviews. So you can go here, and until next time, I'm Salad. I'll see you later, my kuchans big bits.